Итак, Тим. Это Тим, коуч-ассистент в Oregon проекте. Тим, помаши всем рукой. Расскажи, пожалуйста, как ты оказался в Oregon проекте? Сначала ты бегал за Юту, потом ты тренировал в Юте, и теперь ты помогаешь в Орегоне. Do you understand?
Yeah, a little bit.
I can duplicate in English. So, Tim, can you tell me how you became a coach assistant in Oregon project? You firstly you run in Utah, then you coach in Utah, and now you're in Oregon project.
Well, at first I was a runner in Utah. I was just running races after college for fun, and I guess Mo Farah and Galena Rappa were doing workouts in Utah, and so I ended up starting to pace their workouts, and after working with them for a couple of years, I just worked with them more and more, and then eventually I went and was helping up in Oregon too.
So the same story with Matt Centroid. You paced him. I saw a post in 215.
So I think even since 2012, I was pacing a lot of different Oregon project runners, but it wasn't until that my post where I was working with Matt Centrowitz. That was maybe a couple of years after I started helping out. I was originally trying to get into pacing races. I was an 800-meter runner, and so jumping into workouts with Mo Farah and Galena Rappa was pretty scary because my first workout with Oregon Project was the longest workout I'd ever done in my life. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
What it was?
It was 600 breakdowns, 600, 400, 300, 200. But there was just a bunch of sets of it, and by the time we finished the workout, I think I did at least 10,000 meters of distance, and for a middle distance runner, that was a lot. But
how did it happen the first time you paced a Oregon project workout? So Alberto come to you and say, okay, Tim, do you want to be a pacemaker or?
Yeah, well, actually, it's a crazy story. So right after I finished college, I wanted to run. I wanted to break my college times, and then I was training in the winter, and I had an accident where my toe got kind of cut off, and had to get sewn back on. And so I was actually recovering from that. It happened in the winter, maybe November or something. And when I did no running at all for 6 months. So maybe it was June, and they called me, and I actually hadn't ran in 6 months when I did that workout. And so I jumped straight into the workout. They called me right after my first run back. But I was kind of a crazy runner, so it wasn't a distance run. It was 400 repeats, trying to run in 60 or 61. And I actually got through 5 of them, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I haven't ran in a while. But they called me right after, right in the session. I got a call from Pete Julian, and they said, hey, we have some of our runners down here. And next thing I knew, I was pacing a workout maybe the next day or 2 days later.
Wow. Did it affect in your decision to become a coach assistant, or maybe you already in university know that you want to train other people?
I had thought about it even in high school, but to be honest, I never thought about it I didn't even think it would be a main job. I thought maybe I'd be working another job and I'd be coaching on the side. And when I was finishing high school, my high school coach actually quit my senior year, and I almost quit running right then. And then my high school coach actually became a college coach, and he ended up recruiting me. So my high school coach was also my college coach. And so then I went to college, and I don't know, just seeing him motivate other people, it really made me want to have the same effect on other people. I really loved how coaches motivate people.
What are your duties now in Oregon project? You are coach assistant, but there is Альберто Салазара and Pete Julian. You are coach assistant only for Альберто or for both of them?
I definitely help out both of them, but I'm mainly Alberto Salazar's assistant. I just help out with whatever. I just help bring things together. So whenever we have a workout and one coach is gone, I'll cover for that coach. Whenever we're traveling, like this is for an example, when we're training in St. Moritz or something like that, a lot of times I'll be the one on the ground in St. Moritz, and then Alberto's covering the athletes in the U.S. and yeah, so we just really work together and just try to cover all the athletes and their workouts. So.
And in some point of view, you are a manager for athletes. You you help them in the daily routine and something like this.
Yeah, definitely. So I actually help athletes learn English, everything from teaching them how to swim to just getting through. I mean, taking them to the store for groceries and all that stuff if they can't drive yet. So yeah, no, every little thing. I mean, you'd be surprised with bringing athletes in. Sometimes they're really talented, but they haven't figured out all the little things that make your training better. So I just try to help out with all those little things too. So.
Do you remember the first meet with Yomif and Sifan?
Like in indoor?
Doesn't matter. The first ever.
Like the first as a coach, or sorry.
So when Yomif and Sifan joined the Oregon project and you became to communicate with them every day. So the first time,
yeah.
I think that it will be difficult to communicate with them in case of English.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely tough, and I was actually coaching a college team when Yomi first joined. I mean, I've been helping out the Oregon project ever since, you know, all of their altitude camps in Utah for the past couple of years. But at first, Yomif was actually following Galena Rappa around all the time. So I guess he was just tied to Galen, and he would copy every single thing Galen did. And Sifan Hassan actually helped Yomif a lot with his like learning English in the first place. At first, she had to translate everything, and even when I joined Oregon Project full time, she had to translate for Yomif like almost constantly. But then I worked with Yomif a lot over the past year, and he's gotten a lot better. Now a lot of times he'll just whatever he needs to know. If someone asks him something in English, or if he's going through, like it was scary, like going through customs in airports. Sometimes he would just be looking at me with like a deer in the headlights and wouldn't know what they were asking him, and I would have to like try to coach him through that, like help him know what was going on. But now he's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. The funniest story about Yomif from your memory.
Funniest story. I don't know. That's hard because I probably have hours of video of Yomif and Sifan on my phone that they say, no, you can't post that. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the funniest thing would be, but I don't know. Yomif and Sifan, they both are just they're actually really funny in general. They always play jokes on each other, and same with Alberto. Alberto Salazar is always playing jokes on them, and it's actually a really fun environment. I'd say I'm constantly laughing there, so it's just a good environment.
Is Альберто a funny guy, or like, oh, okay, I'm the head coach of Oregon project, I must be serious every day, every minute?
Actually, you'd be surprised. He's, I mean, he can be very serious, but I'd say more often he keeps things light. When it comes to workouts, yeah, people are very focused, but yeah, he'll always be doing some little joke on them, and I actually wish I could record more of the jokes he plays on people. I'm gonna catch him on video one of these times when he's joking with people. But yeah, no, he's actually just he's really lighthearted. He really cares about people. He's almost like a grandfather or father figure when it comes to coaching. Yeah.
Can you describe Yomif in a few words, and Sifan and Matt Sandrovitz?
Let's see. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Yeah, if I were to describe Yomif in a few words, man, that's really hard. I'd describe them in a few words. Well, Sifan, I would say with Sifan, just describing her in a few words would be just dedicated, intense, getting kicked out. We always get kicked out of gyms because she's always like doing a second workout, and she always waits until they're about to close. And so there's so many places where it's really funny with Sifan. If I were just to describe her, just be like, she's always working, she's always wanting to prove people wrong. With Yomif, he is, I don't know, I can't really describe them in a few words because they're just like, they're very individuals. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure how to answer that question.
And what about Matt?
Oh, Matt. I mean, last year in St. Moritz, when Matt was there, it was really fun to work with him because I would constantly be laughing. No matter where we were, I'd be like, "Did he just say that?" Or like, "Did he?" Yeah, Matt was always cracking me up, and yeah.
Russian. I think that we must say a few words about knowing Russian language.
Yeah.
Please try to speak in Russian now.
I'll try, yeah. Я изучал русский язык в колледже в течение нескольких лет, но сначала я учил китайский.
Wow.
Но я все еще изучал. Let's see. Sorry, I'm really bad at Russian now. I want to learn more Russian right now, but yeah.
How did it happen? Russian in USA, you are studying Russian after Chinese. I think that Chinese language is more perspective than Russian because how many Russians, how many Chinese? Why Russian?
Actually, when I was in middle school, there were people who asked me if I was from a different country. They asked me if I was Russian.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I don't know why. I guess I probably dressed a little bit funny when I was in middle school, but I don't know. I was always interested in it. I had some friends that lived in Russia. I grew up like in college. I had a couple friends that were Russian, and I don't know. I just love the language. I love how it sounds, and it's just a fun language to speak. I really want to learn more Russian if I have the chance. So.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Have a good day.